How's it going out there, everybody? Welcome to Top Talk episode 15. Thanks for joining me today. We are going to be going over how to use the cleaner and protectant kit from Bestop on my 2004 TJ Wrangler, or LJ as some of you may call it. I was out camping this weekend. You can see it's in desperate need of some cleaning. And this in particular is a vinyl Trek top. And the kit I'm going to be using is specifically for vinyl tops. However, we do make a twill specific protectant, and what I have here today is the 112050 cleaner kit, which is as it says, specifically for vinyl. The protectant would be different in the twill version, so you can still get this, but you would not want to use this if you have a twill top. You're better off just purchasing these individually. I'm going to also show you how to use the zipper lubricant, which is very handy if you have an older soft top and it's starting to stick a little bit. And some of the other stuff you're going to need is a bucket, microfiber cloth. I like to have some sponges, regular car wash stuff, and some regular car wash soap to wash the rest of your car is also a good idea. So let's get started. And I guess one other thing is you're going to need to do this near a hose just like you would washing your Jeep. So let's go ahead and get started on this right now. All right, so the very first step of this operation is going to be to rinse off the soft top. You want to get all the debris. There's a little bit of gravel and dust and stuff like that on here and dirt at the moment. So the very first step, rinse everything off as best you can before you use the cleaner. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. You obviously want to make sure before you start this process that all your windows are shut and all your zippers are closed here. So very important part, kind of obvious though, that you don't want to be spraying water inside your Jeep, if at all possible, I guess. Definitely want to make sure that you wash up on top of the roof as well. This area is going to be the area that's probably most affected by the UV from the sun beating down on it all the time, especially if you leave it outside. Okay, so I just sprayed off and rinsed the whole soft top here, and what I'm going to do next is get my cleaner out, and this is available separately as a 112010 aside from the kit. I got just a standard car washing mitt here, and I'm going to apply it pretty liberally to the sponge here, and it's very important you keep this stuff off of the windows, the vinyl windows themselves, I guess meaning the glass. Keep it just on the vinyl parts outside of that, the soft top material. Something also that's important to note is you do not want to get the cleaner on the body of your vehicle. If it drips down on there and dries, it could stain. So make sure you keep it just on the vinyl portion of the soft top and keep it off the glass, keep it off your paint. Okay, so in certain areas that it's really dirty, you can leave this on for 10 to 20 minutes as the directions say. And I'm going to do that in a couple areas here where it's really dirty on these side windows from the spray. So I'm going to finish doing the rest of the vehicle, and then I'll come back and I'll rinse this off and we'll move to the next step. So I finished applying the vinyl cleaner, and what I'm going to do now is go ahead and rinse all of where I cleaned with the vinyl cleaner off. So I'm going to grab my hose. This is also a good time to go ahead and clean the body of your vehicle and make sure to clean off any areas you might have gotten the cleaner on. I'm going to clean my windows as well, but I am going to use the vinyl window cleaner later on that's specific for the vinyl. So as you're spraying this, you may notice a white foam coming off as you're hosing it down, and that's normal. That actually will show you where the cleaner is still on the vehicle, where it's still foaming as you're spraying. So you want to keep spraying it until the white foam stops coming off the vehicle. Okay, I just got done washing the rest of the Jeep here, and I'm now waiting for it to dry once I rinsed it off to go ahead and apply the protectant. That'll be the next step. So let's wait a little bit here and I will come back in just a little bit to put on the protectant. Okay, so now that we've washed the rest of the vehicle off, we've rinsed all the cleaner off, I've cleaned the body of the vehicle, I'm going to go ahead and apply the protectant now. And the protectant, you can see I've moved the vehicle into the shade. It's probably a good idea to do that, although not absolutely necessary, but the vinyl window cleaner that I'm going to use in a little bit, it is necessary, so you might as well just go ahead and do that now. So the vinyl protectant, like I mentioned, is specifically for vinyl. We have a twill version that is specific to twill. Same steps are necessary, but you will just have to use a different product. So same idea, different product, available also from Bestop. So the same thing goes for this stuff as it does for the cleaner. Do not get it on the windows. The only thing that should go on the windows is the vinyl window cleaner, in fact. But you do not want to apply this if it's going to be below 40 degrees, and in fact it shouldn't be stored below 40 degrees either. All right, so I got my cloth here and I'm going to put some of this on here. Don't have to put a ton on at a time. And the idea is that we're gonna almost buff it into the fabric until it's dry. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now, and I'm gonna start on the roof first. All right, so I got the roof done now, and I'm gonna move on to the vinyl that is around the glass on all sides. So I'm gonna go ahead and wet my cloth with the protectant and get to work on that now. And if I didn't mention this already, every 3 to 5 weeks is what we recommend to redo this if you want to keep your soft top from UV damage. That's the best, but if you apply this a few times a year, you'll be pretty set. Okay, I just got done applying the protectant to the vinyl around the windows and on the roof portion, not on the windows. And I'm gonna now do the window cleaner, and this is specifically for the glass. And you wanna make sure you have a microfiber for this. And the way we're gonna do this is a buffing method where you apply a little bit on the microfiber and then you buff it into the window in a circular pattern. And something to know is that this will create a bit of a fog, I guess you could say, as you're applying it. But after you go back and use a dry portion of the cloth, it will all buff out and it'll be clean. Now I'm going to pick a dry portion of the cloth and buff starting from where I started up here in the front and move front to back. Still going in circles. Should be pretty easy to tell where you've done and haven't done. You're just trying to get all the cleaner off now. Looking at it on an angle kind of helps. Well, as you can see, we are looking a lot cleaner than we started here, and right here was definitely the worst spot, and you can see that the cleaner definitely got all that off there, although I did have to scrub pretty hard, so be aware that vinyl, a lot of times you're gonna have to do some good scrubbing to get that off there. All right, so that's the vinyl cleaner, the vinyl protectant, the vinyl window glass cleaner, and the last chemical product that we have for our soft tops that I highly recommend is the zipper cleaner and lubricant. And this stuff is great. I recommend using all 4 of these in that order, this being last, so that your zippers are already clean and you know, all the debris is out of it, and this is just going to work that much better. But it can be used independently, as with the vinyl glass cleaner, for example. These can be used all independently of each other, but the order that I showed you today is the order I recommend going about this in. So let's go ahead and apply this to the zipper behind me here. So squeeze a little bit out so that it comes out of the brush on the end there. You'll see it come out. and then you just use the brush to go up and down on each side of the zipper. Squirt a little bit out every so often. You can see it foams a little bit as you spread it out. So then you can take your zipper head, run it up and down, spread that zipper lube out a bit. Feeling much, much better than it did. All right, so once your zippers are lubed up, you are done and ready to roll. You can see my soft top here is looking a hell of a lot better than it was before, and I am psyched about it. So follow these steps and use our cleaner and protectant kit, and it'll be pretty easy to do. I'd say it'd probably be about a, for a nice thorough cleaning, like I had to do, about a full hour, I would say, plan on. Plus washing your vehicle might take a little longer too. So anyway, that is how to properly care for your soft top. Probably don't need to do that on a weekly basis, but be nice to do that maybe like once a month or so. Real deep clean, add the protectant. And yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments down below or to ask our customer service. And until next week's Top Talk, you guys keep it real out there.